So Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan have spent several days in a Miami federal jail cell, and we're now hearing about some of the alleged diabolical conditions they've been held in. Well, unfortunately, this is basically the find out stage of the F around process. And, it really is comeuppance because these guys had allegedly, kept women against their will in squalid conditions, forced them to get busy on adult websites for them, keeping all of their money. This really is kind of what they deserve. But interestingly enough, as the days have gone by, we're now hearing more about how Andrew Tate's brother Tristan might be just as bad as him, perhaps even worse. There are some very damning allegations now coming around, and Tristan is in the spotlight, and I'm here to tell you folks that if you thought Andrew Tate snitched on himself and did a whole bunch of diabolical stuff that he's going to soon have to pay for, Tristan is the exact same. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree in this case, okay? So this is a post going around on X. It says, while Andrew Tate gets all the spotlight, his brother Tristan Tate is every bit as vile. He said it hurt her every moment I was doing it, but it felt good for me, so who gives a shit? Here he is in his own words, bragging about manipulating virgins into having S with him. Gross.
Really, let me tell you something about this cigar. It's like taking the virginity of a really beautiful woman. I get to have this experience and no one else gets to have it again. It is a little bit better, but the real pleasure is in the fact that somebody else would love to have this and I get it. That's why this is good.
That makes sense. I'll give you that. I agree with that.
So 3 months ago, I met this girl in Poland.
That's what he says.
And the last picture I uploaded, and I didn't upload it yet. I uploaded it when you were watching.
Yeah.
I met her in Poland 4 or 5 times. I took her out. Virgin, 18 years old.
Yep.
Beautiful girl. Now you've seen the picture. You know what she looks like. What do you think? 8.5, 9?
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah, smoking. So I took my time. Time and words had to be wasted. Did all the bullshit I usually do. There was no hard close on her. I left, gave her a big kiss, said, I'm going to miss you, etc., etc. Flew her to Romania. The first 2 days I spent with her in Romania, I purposefully, hear me out, John, chess, ready? I booked her here for 3 days to fly here, okay? For the first 2 nights, I booked a hotel for her. And my assistant drove her to her hotel every night. I kissed her on the couch. Tasha, she liked me. She was into it. Georgiana's here. She's taking you home. First 2 nights, took her home. Third night, her flight was at 7 a.m. Baby, you may as well stay with me. Chess. Set up. This is what it takes to fuck 9 out of 10 virgins.
When you are in the true abundance mindset of you can have the pick of the crop, you can have the world's most attractive women. I mean, one of my main chicks has 200,000 Instagram followers, and I took her virginity when she was 17. It's an abundance mindset. Yeah. I have so many girlfriends and so many wonderful girlfriends and so many virgins. And this is an argument no one but me ever says. Every woman was a virgin once. And everyone's like, oh, all the women in this place are bad, and all the women in that place are bad, and all the women in that bad. Listen, if you get her before she's fucking sucked everyone's dick, if you get a girl with a body count of 0, you could turn her into a good girl. This girl had a body count of 1. I had taken her virginity. 2 of the girls who were at that party, I had taken their virginities. So I took this girl's virginity.
I mean, I know a virgin with webcams, literally. I mean, she's not a virgin because I'm the only guy who's banged her.
I said this in public.
So this guy's such a creep, man. Like, he's collecting girls' virginities like they're infinity stones, all right? And it's just so embarrassing that this is a grown man and he's talking about dealing with these women. Now, at the end of the day, look, if you want to do the business with an 18-year-old virgin, it's not illegal, but the way that he's conducting himself sounds very creepy and predatory. If you just so happen to, have a relationship with somebody that was 18 and you're much older, the society frowns upon that. But at the end of the day, that's not illegal. But what he's describing is a trafficking empire. I flew her out from Romania. I flew her out to Romania. I purposefully only had 2 days booked. I played chess with her. I had my assistant drive her around. Bro, you're describing a trafficking empire. All right. And then you're talking about, this one's 17, probably in a country where that was legal. I'm sure that there's, a lot of discourse from these guys. And we heard Andrew Tate snitching on himself talking about, I'm banging 15-year-olds. Oh, no, wait, 16-year-olds. Wait, what is it? This country, it's 18? Oh, 18-year-olds. It's like, okay, these guys, their MO is manipulation and trafficking. Regardless, forget about the ages. It's trafficking, all right? Manipulation, chess, he's describing it as.
I only go down on women who are virgins.
One of the girls I dated here, I famously said she was a 26-year-old virgin, and she was a 9. And people say, oh, no, I don't believe it. There's no such thing as a 26-year-old virgin. I'm like, okay, you think I, Tristan Tate, don't know a virgin when he fucks one? Like, seriously, fucking give me a break.
I fuck so many virgins in this country because virgins will take me 10 dates, 20 dates to fuck. People are like, how do you wait that long? I don't wait. Date, dinner, nice romantic time, go home, fuck one of my girls who I already have. Like, I'm not waiting at all.
Yeah.
I wonder how the virgins that these guys hooked up with, like, I wonder how they feel seeing this back. Like, I wonder if they feel violated. I wonder if they feel upset, they feel cheated, they feel scammed. I know a lot of people go at women of like, oh, she consented and then she changed her mind later. And, you know, that's not right. But at the end of the day, there definitely is something to be said about being manipulated. And you think you're getting into a relationship with this man. You think that this is a nice guy. You think that he's treating you well and that, you know, he's being sensitive. He's taking you on 10 dates. Come to find out, this is chess for this creep.
I'm just putting the work in. I'm now uploading a picture right now in real time of last night's girl. She was a Polish virgin who I've been talking to for 3 months since Warsaw, and I only just fucked her recently. There's a new post up today. This was
Awful.
last night's girl. Polish virgin. So people say, oh, all the girls you fuck are hoes and this. I put the work in to fuck the good girls.
Yeah,
Nice,
she's
right?
awesome.
What do you think? 8.5, 9 to buy most.
Looks like a Polish Marilyn Monroe or some shit.
I'll be honest, I've heard Andrew Tate snitch on himself and talk about, you know, being a pimp and snitching on himself for crimes and trafficking and things. But Tristan Tate comes across as way more of an asshole. He's way more just like sees women as livestock, just sees them as 9s, 10, she's 8. What, 8.5? Virgin? She a virgin. 10 dates. Took me 10 dates. I'm playing chess. I would say Tristan Tate is coming across worse than Andrew Tate. And I'll wager, I think Tristan is 1 year younger than Andrew. I would wager that Tristan is put a lot of this persona on to try and impress Andrew. And I feel like he has probably taken himself even further into this depth of debauchery to try and like sort of, you know, big himself up and make himself look cool to his older brother, who's obviously king trafficker. So I do think that this is a super embarrassing excuse of a man. And the way that he's behaving, he's clearly a creep. And to be honest, I'm happy that he's going to be taken out of society, quite frankly, because of the way he's behaving.
Yeah, 18 years old, man. 18 years old. Met her in Poland, took on 5 dates and never fucked her. Until Romania last
I think my record is seven dates before getting a close, and that was fucking annoying. And then after that was a Polish chick too. And then she said right after that, she said, well, now we have to be boyfriend, girlfriend, or we can't keep having sex. So that was that.
Well, I would just say yes.
Yeah, and then I would.
I'm a liar, bro. I'm a liar.
I think I was moving. I was moving.
I was the second man she ever.
I'm a liar, bro. I'm a liar in my nature. So you can't believe anything he says. So when these guys are protesting their innocence, right? He's a liar. It's in his nature.
Fucked in her whole life. Beautiful, big, natural tits. So cute. Man, it hurt her at every moment that I was doing it, but it felt good for me. So who gives a shit?
So this is, I hate the phrase toxic masculinity because I feel like it kind of gets thrown around and taken to a degree where it just sort of becomes a phrase that is meaningless. But I would say this is the perfect example of toxic masculinity. And as a man myself, all right, I would say that like this type of thing, these types of people, the way that these kind of guys act, these guys are like making it worse for men. These guys are giving men a bad name. A lot of women are scared of men. There's a lot of women that, you know, they're scared of violence against women. They think all men are trash and all that kind of stuff. And I don't really respect that viewpoint. But at the same time, trash men like this, liars and just horrible traffickers, pimps and abusers like this, and arguably PDF files, as I think the files will eventually reveal, these people give men a bad name. For all you men that struggle to strike up a conversation with a woman and she knocks you back and she's standoffish, it's because of creeps like this, all right? Don't blame women and don't be a woman hater and an incel. And say, oh, women are so horrible. Oh, they don't respect men. Oh, these women in the West. It's really these disgusting trafficker men that have actually given men a bad name and have traumatized women to the point where they don't trust any men. And it is so heartbreaking and quite frankly disgusting. So Secretary of State Marco Rubio has actually been asked whether he plans to get involved with the Tates. And it's kind of come down from the very top that they will not be, just because you're hanging out with Trump's son and, you know, you've got a bit of FaceTime with some guys in DC, he's not going to come and save your trafficking ass.
One of the Tate
U.S.
brothers'
trying to
lawyers mentioned you by name. I know one of the Tate brothers' lawyers mentioned you by name. Do you have a plan to get involved with the extradition challenge that they have been...
Mention me by name?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, look, that extraditions, I don't know the details of this particular case. I've been overseas, but I mean, I know who you're talking about. I just don't know the details of it. These cases have a process that they go through in the courts. My understanding is that they're involved in that judicial process. And so that'll play itself out at this point. And there's no role for us to play at this moment or maybe ever in that regard. But I'm not going to opine on something that's still working through a legal process.
I don't think they're going to get involved because the Epstein files have already been a stain on this administration's legacy, whether or not you believe that there was any kind of intentional botching of the Epstein files or if it was just an accidental mess. But this administration doesn't want to be associated with any more traffickers, all right? It's a one and done. It's a one and done. Epstein's fucked it up for the rest of you traffickers, unfortunately.
Danny.
Thanks, Caroline. Is President Trump or the administration, do they have any plans to intervene in the extradition process for the Tate brothers?
No, we've already answered that question. Elizabeth. Danny.
Straight up no. It's a no from me, folks. Not going to be helping. And so while locked up behind bars, Andrew Tate has apparently posted several social media posts. This is basically quite ironic because this is likely just made up. I'll keep it real. This is likely his team with AI making this shit up. But he said, I'm being held in the shoe at the highest level of security which exists. No commissary, no visits, no contact with the outside world. My neighbor is a cannibal who screams through the night. Readers, community note, posting on social media is contact with the outside world. All right. Now, it's probably bullshit. This is just his team drumming up a little bit of sympathy and a little bit of just bullshit. He said, day 6 in the shoe, special housing unit. This is punitive housing for people who murder their cellmates. No commissary, no phone calls, no yard time. The worst possible conditions the US government provides to terrorists and psychopaths. I'm innocent until proven guilty, extradition detainee. I'm wanted by a foreign state. I'm an American citizen. Why am I here? Now, community note, special housing units in federal prisons are used for administrative detention, including for pretrial and extradition detainees, protective custody and disciplinary segregation, not solely as punishment for inmates who murder cellmates or terrorists. Sounds like he's in PC. He rolled it up. All right. He riding that PC. He rolled it up. Okay. Allegedly. That's what he's saying. So, according to some reports, okay, during their last arrest in Romania, the Tate brothers actually used an entire social media campaign to basically smear the victims. It said, are you seeing videos spreading across social media of Andrew Tate's alleged victims saying that they're not victims? In Romania, Tate was caught on recorded jail phone calls directing these propaganda campaigns with his cousin Luke. Is Tate directing this traffic from jail now? Let's read it. Right. In this regard, we note on a redacted date on 2023, somebody was contacted by telephone by Andrew Tate, the defendant, and the two, together with another person, had the following discussion. Tate said, make sure Yasmina and Betty look good all the time and no one cares what the ugly girls say. They have to look amazing in all the clips. Luke said, yeah. Tate said, don't let them get lazy and wake up in the morning and look like shit because nobody cares about that. Luke said, yeah. Tate said, girls who retweet Kiko, Vanessa, and Sierra, ask them to write to me. Anna knows how to ask. Ask Anna. She'll tell you how to do it. Tell them to write to me. Luke said, yeah. Tate said, we need a super clip cut from the stand. So we have a super clip cut of everyone supporting me and saying Romania is corrupt. A super clip cut with dramatic music. And then you put the clips of me going to court, the pictures of me going to court, and the pictures of me being led in handcuffs. Emotional music like we used to do on TikTok. Make it sound like a big emotional. It has to be emotional orchestra. Me going to jail, everyone saying it's a scam. Put together like a super cut clip and put it all over Rumble and YouTube. Luke said, do you want guys to back you up there or just girls? Tate said, everyone. Luke said something we couldn't hear. Andrew Tate said, get a new clip from Vivian. Tell her what to say. Get a new clip from Vivian. Luke said, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if this is legal, folks. Don't know if this is legal. Tate said, she's the only made one. Am I right? Luke said, yes, unintelligible. Andrew Tate said, yeah, get a new clip. Tell her to say, I saw his case. I learned that they just randomly picked from his friends. Say the same things to Yasmina. She's not a victim, but she can say the same things. Luke said, yeah. Andrew Tate said, also ask Tash if she'll do one. Luke said, the other girls? Andrew Tate said, yeah, get Tash's too. Then on 2023, another date, the witness blank was contacted by Andrew Tate, and the following conversation took place between them and another person. They said, yes, Andrew. Andrew Tate said, call Luke, please. I have a few minutes. Tate said, all right, Luke, listen to me. Luke said, yeah. Andrew Tate said there was just a news bulletin that sounded like it went well. They played the whole Iasmina clip. You need to make more videos with Iasmina and start reaching media in Romania. Also, Vivian and the other girls need to make videos saying Decot tried to put pressure on them to give statements, but they don't want to. They try and frame the guys. Do you understand? Do you understand how to commit this crime, Luke? Luke, why aren't you in handcuffs? Why aren't you? Are you Luke, are you snitching because you're a bitch? I don't know. But basically, okay, these videos have been spread across social media and they're resurfacing now. It's the same videos, all right? Update on the case. One of the victims in Andrew Tate's case, which is his ex-girlfriend, comes out to defend him. This is the same girl he hit with a belt in a viral video 10 plus years ago. Allegedly while she was underage. It was nothing but an S-play. It was consensual foreplay that we liked doing and I was into. I wanted it. The UK and Romania painted this girl as the victim of SA and human trafficking despite her denying all these allegations. This is all one giant setup and the victims are made up, but Romania can't close the case because if they do, they owe Andrew Tate $1 billion. That's not how criminal proceedings work at all. But let's see the nonsense. Let's see the propaganda campaign that's likely illegal. And this is going to be, this is all going to come back to bite him. And she's a victim, but she's also diabolical as well. She's a Ghislaine in all of this, allegedly.
I'm pretty sure many of you have seen a video of Andrew Tate beating up a woman.
There's a video from 10 years ago that showed me in a sexual act with one of my ex-girlfriends.
I don't want to see it.
Hello everyone, I just wanted to say something about the video that's been released recently about me and my ex-boyfriend Andrew Tate. Andrew is my still great friend. What you guys saw in the video, it's just what we used to do. It was just pure game. He's a great guy. He would never hurt anyone.
This is a victim with Stockholm Syndrome.
Unless he's fighting. And I'm pretty sure not so many of you have seen the same woman coming forward with a statement saying it was nothing but a sex play. So here I am again for the second time. Yes, the woman he has beaten up and the same woman who has made a statement is me. So I'm coming forward for the second time to just clarify and let everybody know it was nothing but a sex play. It was consensual foreplay that we liked doing, that I was into, that I wanted.
Blink twice if you need help, love. This girl looks like a fucking hostage.
It was not abuse. There was no physical domestic violence happening. It was a consensual sex play. This is the second.
Were you old enough to Were you old enough to legally consent? Answer that one.
Second time I'm making the statement because I'm getting sick and tired of being tagged, saying I need to come forward again, even.
No, you're getting sick and tired of your daddy, Andrew Tate, hitting you up and coercing you into doing this over and over again.
Though I did, and I don't like seeing injustice of him being called woman beater for the same video that I've already once clarified it was nothing but a sex play. So, once again, nothing but a sex play, consensual. Thank
you might not have been old enough to consent, I believe, all right? And this doesn't prove anything. Right, you can still be a victim. There were victims of Jeffrey Epstein that, you know, were photographed with him in settings that didn't seem to be coercive, but that doesn't mean anything. So this was another example of these propaganda videos. Case update: a third woman comes forward in defense of Andrew Tate after being labeled as a victim. She claims she told the authorities over 15 times she's not a victim, but they keep throwing out her statements because they're perhaps coerced or coordinated by Tate. They even went as far as faking conversations between me and other people to try and get us to turn on each other. The people behind this are pure evil. There's definitely a couple people that are pure evil.
Hey everyone, Jasmine here again. If you haven't seen or heard of me before, I'm one of the imaginary victims in Andrew Tate's case. Now, first things first, I've never actually been a victim of anything, and I've said it over 15 times to the police, but my statements keep getting thrown away. Now, 15 months after this whole investigation started, seeing that they have no evidence because there has been no crime committed, they started even faking conversations between me and other people just because they are determined to put Andrew in jail and to turn us against each other. Now, I remember quite well what kind of conversations I've had with those people, and none of them are real. Andrew, if you see this right now, I really miss.
Is that an Andrew Tate tattoo on your arm with a snake, his branding with his name on it, because you're one of the victims of a trafficking empire? Is that? I'm sorry, I can't hear anything. I can't concentrate on anything you're saying because I'm pretty sure the proof of trafficking is quite literally in front of my face right now on your body, branded into your skin.
I wish I could give you a hug right now. I wish I could talk to you and see you, but unfortunately that's not possible. And everyone remember that this happened to Andrew and Tristan Tate. If this happened to them, it can happen to anyone. And the scary part is, are you gonna be able to survive it? Think of it.
She is also a disgrace. So This is an absolute mess. So, according to prosecutors, one of the reasons that the Tate brothers were actually denied bail was that the prosecutors mentioned that they had a giant super yacht that was being built, and this was evidence of wealth and or a flight risk. Now, what's funny about this is I actually have a funny feeling that they knew that this was going to happen, and that they were in Washington, D.C., meeting with politicians, hoping that they could turn this around. But also, I think that they had a backup plan. I think they were going to sail out to international waters. I honestly think that's true. Andrew and Tristan Tate bragging about their $50 million super yacht has backfired in a major way. The DOJ is using their boasting to argue for keeping them detained and denied bail during their extradition case. In addition to his well-documented world travels, in July 2026, Andrew Tate posted a video tour on social media of a $50 million 41-meter super yacht, the Obsidian Blade, which he said is reporting to have had built in Bodrum, Turkey, reported due for completion in 2027. Some, including myself, have been skeptical, to say the least, that they had actually paid to have such a yacht built. If it's a social media stunt, it might be a costly one. I think these guys have got the money to make this happen, and I think that this was Plan C to escape these charges. Let's see.
Welcome to the Obsidian Blade. Ship under construction. We launch in 2027. This is the main sun deck. Engine room and technical room is going to be below. Loads of space. All the beautiful women in the world. They're my friends. To chill outside. Sunbeds. Outdoor dining area, lounge area. Inside, we have the main living room, but I'm going to take you around the outside. TV, couches. This is going to be the main lounge of the living room. The kitchen's just behind us where the staff go. This is the bridge where all the decisions are made. Who we fire at, who we invade. And you've got the outdoor pool as well, because I don't swim in oceans. Oceans are just swimming pools for poor people. Remember that, kids at home. Around the back, we're going to have a gym. So outdoor.
Is that a Make America Great Again hat he's got on there? These clowns were thinking, oh, if I wear the hat, Daddy Trump might save me out. Help me out. No chance.
Area. Here's going to be the main dining area. Here we have a small gym. We're going to have a Smith machine here. Dumbbell rack here. And we're going to have weighted cables here. Cables mounted on the wall with some yoga mats and shit for the women who enjoy training as well. Let me take you below decks down to the bedrooms. Show you the master cabin first. There are two master cabins because this boat was designed by two masters. We leave the living room and come around the back here. There's some toilets, some storage space. We get to master cabin 1. So this is going to have a very large king-size bed, desk, storage, seating. And when you take it around, you can go around both ways. There's going to be some built-in wardrobes, sinks, shower. And let me take you down to the crew area. I decided on some single bedrooms because the guy who sold me the yacht, Pierre, great guy, he was telling me, but Tristan, the resale value of the boat will not be as high if you don't have twin rooms. I was like, twin rooms? My boys need their own personal space. So I got some single bedrooms, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see the layout here. More like a barrack. It's got a nice comfortable single bed is going to be here. There's going to be some storage space in these walls. Storage space here. And everyone gets their own bathroom and private shower as well. Then I've got 2 VIP rooms. 2 VIP rooms. These are the 7th bedroom you're going to see. The VIP rooms are for when distinguished guests come and stay. They have a very large double bed. Much more storage space and their own bathroom as well. And then we have a copy of upstairs master's cabin downstairs for a second master cabin. So again, very big double bed here. Now the staff quarters I'm going to keep top secret because I'm going to be posting a video shortly after this.
Is that where you're going to keep the girls? Is that why it's top secret?
Hiring my new staff, the crew of the Obsidian Blade. So if you want to apply for a position, keep watching my social medias, and details on how to apply will be
I'd rather work on the Titanic. But anyway, their lawyer, Joe McBride, I would describe him as potentially a captain of the Titanic if the Titanic was a legal case. All right. This guy is a joke. All right. He's looking more Danny McBride than Joe McBride. All right. But they're saying court proceedings are now underway in the Southern District of Florida. Our case for dispensing with extradition is unique, meritorious, and compelling. The law is our greatest help. This guy, I think, is probably using AI for a lot of this, okay? It's insane. The lawyer insists Donald Trump's help is not necessary because it wouldn't fucking help anyway. Okay, this guy is such a clown, and I actually am stunned that somebody with so much money as Andrew and Tristan Tate, albeit ill-gotten gains, that they would hire such a hack of a lawyer. So he also reposted a Las Vegas criminal defense attorney, Nick Woolridge, giving an idea of the Tate's potential, defense strategy. But again, there's a lot of Instagram lawyers going around these days with absolute garbage advice, and sometimes these are just, people giving you the fastest route to hell. But let's see what he has to say.
Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, and their extradition. Let's get into it. The Tate brothers, they're out in Miami, and these federal agents come up to them, and you see Andrew's kind of like, what the heck? And then they place him in handcuffs, and they put him in this, the agent cars, and they go off over to the federal courthouse. They recently appeared in federal court for their initial appearance. They're informed of the charges. They're represented by this lawyer, Joseph McBride. Joseph requests smartly to have an extradition hearing. That's what I would want if I was their lawyers. They should. Let's make it public. Let's get some information now. We don't have to wait till we get over there in England. Show us the probable cause, because they're going to have some probable cause hearing. That means they're going to have to hear evidence, and that evidence hopefully will become public and we can see it. Because right now, since they're in federal court, folks, there's no video, there's no cameras. All we got is the sketch artist. See the sketchy pics. Ooh, sketchy. No cameras allowed. No, you can't see.
What sort of is this a real lawyer? He's got some things framed on his wall. He's talking about sketchy. Once again, I wouldn't trust this guy. I wouldn't trust this guy with a case of fruit.
What we're doing in here. We don't want you to watch this judge. The Crown claims they have 39 new counts. Some of these are a doozy. They're claiming things like trafficking, indecent images of a child. That sounds horrible, but let's everybody's entitled to the presumption of innocence. Let's see what it really is. There's also 4 women have come forward, and they all have a similar theme of this choking, saying that Andrew has a thing where he chokes, beats, and then essays the women. His prior romance.
You can tell this guy is almost like, as he's getting into it, he's kind of like, how the fuck am I even defending this? You can tell he's leaking a bit of shame as he's doing this.
Romantic partners. I don't know if they kept going back or if it was just something that happened a single time and they never did it again. All that will eventually come out. Some people look at this case and are like, Andrew and Tristan, they're in the manosphere. They're misogynists. These are the worst of the worst. Have you heard how they talk about women? Of course they would do stuff like this. This is their MO. This is how they objectify and treat women. They're the worst. Take them down. Other people look at this and are like, this is really suspect. Seems like everybody's trying to come after these guys to shut them up. And it's always coming after people with essay allegations. It's always something of an essay nature to try to take somebody down and ruin their reputation. Now, an indecent image of a child, that would be the worst one, right? So some people are looking at this as very suspect and are like, show me the evidence, because I thought we've been here before in Romania, and it seems like you guys don't ever want to stop.
So this guy's looking more like a drama school major than an actual lawyer, and he's definitely not somebody I would trust with any kind of legal proceedings whatsoever. So Andrew and Tristan Tate are still getting public support, several high-profile figures, including alleged scam artiste, alleged upside-down triangle scheme operator, allegedly, in some people's opinion, Patrick Bet David, all right? And you can bet that this guy changes his tune in a couple of years.
Tristan and Andrew as their Jesus and they walk on water, that's not my standard of anybody. I learned a long time ago, if you have that standard of anybody, you'll be disappointed very quickly. But the amount of influence that they're having out there on boys and what they're doing, if there isn't a father figure that's teaching those things, kids are going to gravitate to somebody like that that's going to inspire them. I think they're doing more good for society than bad, if you ask me. I think they're fighting the fight, and unfortunately, sometimes the people that we want to fight the fight will never meet 100% of everybody's criterias. Never. The people who had the courage to go up against the biggest bullies of all time were never people you would have said, I like 100 things out of 100 things that this guy stands for. No, they're typically very, very complicated human beings that have lived very weird lives, that have been tough lives, that they have some scars, they have some vengeance in them, but they're fearless. And to get that kind of fearlessness requires a pretty shitty life to live, to get to a point like that. Some people that have lived a very proper life. Mom and dad were married the entire time. They were together. They were not grown in the streets. My parents got 2 divorces from each other for 20 years. Certain lives are creating different kinds of human beings. I don't sit there and say that is the gold standard on every single thing you should do with your life.
So this guy's waffling, right? He's just going off. He's going off script. It's like, what on earth are you even talking about at this point? But at the end of the day, you know, Andrew Tate's given him a little bit of opportunity, a bit of content, and he's basically got a ride or die for this clown. And this guy should be ashamed of himself because he has kids as well. I believe, does he have daughters? I know he has kids. But anyway, Tate's awful, budget lawyer, Joe McBride, would actually appear on the PBD podcast, and he would explain that he actually thinks this whole thing is just a conspiracy involving Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. So this is what he said, apparently. All right. He claimed that Andrew and Tristan are being used as political pawns in a larger fight involving Ron DeSantis, Marco Rubio, and Donald Trump. My understanding for what I've been told is that this is a DeSantis ploy, that Andrew and Tristan are being used to put Rubio and Trump in a very difficult situation. On one hand, if you extradite the brothers and if you let them go, you're going to lose a substantial part of your Gen Z base. On the other hand, Rubio and Trump have been put in a difficult position, from what I've been told, specifically by the DeSantis Uthmeier sort of group of people, and they put Trump and they put Rubio in this difficult position because they don't like them, and they're trying to muddy up the approval ratings. I think Andrew's imprisoning and forced laboring and trafficking of Gen Zs, females specifically, is what's caused this problem. The idea that there's this crazy deflection, he can't even talk about the charges and actually what's got us here. It's all about politics. These guys have got nothing to do with politics. They're barely even involved in politics in any shape or form. But this guy is a hack, and he is willing to basically argue that absolutely anything other than what's really going on.
My understanding, for what I've been told, that this is a DeSantis ploy, that Andrew and Tristan are being used to put Rubio and Trump in a very difficult situation. A very difficult situation. On one hand, if you extradite the brothers and if you let them go, you're going to lose a substantial part of your Gen Z base, the manosphere. It's going to be like when you watch Braveheart and he was betrayed at the Battle of Sterling and he had that horrific look on his face. I've been fighting.
He said it's going to be like Braveheart because what? Gen Z are going to revolt like fucking Braveheart against Trump. It's his last term anyway.
In these battles, I've been going to war for you, and you betray me at the most horrible time. Okay. On the other hand, right, we just have a process that needs to play out. And Rubio and Trump have been put in a difficult position, from what I've been told, specifically by the DeSantis, Uthmeier sort of group of people that are down here because they hate each other. And they put Trump and they put Rubio in this difficult position because they don't like them, and they're trying to muddy up the approval ratings that you were just talking about, the midterms that are coming out, in the forthcoming 2028 election. Andrew and Tristan are pawns in a much higher political game right now. And I think as the process plays out, the world's going to be able to see the truth behind what I'm saying.
But if you haven't yet purchased your ticket.
Okay, wait. Okay, they had to get a little bit of marketing, right? They had to market Patrick Betts-David's event at the end of this. This whole Andrew Tate trafficking case is just like great content for PBD to market himself. But the idea that he just let me just play that last bit at the end because that was hilarious.
Pawns in a much higher political game.
They're pawns in a much higher political game. What game? What? Chess? What chess that Tristan Tate says that he plays with virgins? Give me a break, okay? I think I'm going to do another update because I had some other links that are much more about Andrew. I'm going to wrap it up there because this video was kind of more focused on Tristan. But I will talk to you guys about a little bit more of the damning stuff that's going on around Andrew. I'm hearing there might be murders involved in this situation. Okay, when I find out, I will let you guys know. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'll update you guys soon. I might do another David update today. I might not. There's one David topic that I did want to talk about, but I'm just not sure if I've got time today. I'm reviewing a 4-hour documentary that's going to be going on my main channel, and I know you guys have been asking for this topic for years. Okay, I know you guys are going to love it. In spite of everything that I've been doing at the courthouse on this David case, I've got a whole 4-hour documentary on a completely different topic that is fire. It's one of the best things that we've made in years. I'm so excited to show it to you. I'm so proud of it. And I just need to finish an edit review of that today. So I'm just going to try and get all the stuff out that you guys want to see. I'm very excited to show you what's coming. But anyway, I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you for watching this one. All right, screw the Tates. They're going down. All right. And it's glorious. I'll see you soon.